What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 5s to look at. The Air Jordan 5 Retro. Now this is the I Love colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this time around with this Air Jordan 5 release, they actually did give us this Jordan Flight Club swing box lid here. And it is kind of like, all gray, and it does have like, the black blotches, kind of like, like the cement appeal, so to speak. Now on the box lid, you do have this orange Jordan Jumpman logo here. It does have like, the Air Jordan Flight Club, branding surrounding, the logo on the box lid. And then as you do a 360, throughout the entire box, nothing really too special going on, just more of like, that hit of gray. The bottom portion of the box doesn't really have anything going on either. It's just, all gray. And it does have like, some Nike brand in here and copyright information. That's pretty much it there to notate that. For those that do care about that, there you go. Now the box label on this sneaker does read Air Jordan 5 Retro. Now the colorway says Army Olive and then Solar Orange. And again, it is a swing box lid situation. Up underneath is just like, gray there. No stamps or anything that I could kind of see, from here. Now on the inside of the box, you do have like, the YM sticker there in white and green. And then they just had like this kind of like speckled cement paper. The sneaker did come double wrap. Up underneath you do have like this white wax paper. And this is actually one of those Air Jordan sneakers that it didn't really sell out like, instantly, from my understanding, like, on the sneakers app, they actually set, and then like even in the store, you were actually able to go and like, pick this up, like just walking in. It wasn't a situation where they sold out like, through the raffles or anything like that. I don't know like why that is. Now, this is actually one of the most talked about like Jordan 5s, like, earlier throughout the year when Jordan brand, kind of like gave us like, like images of sneakers that will release this year. This was actually one of the Air Jordan 5 sneakers that was talked about the most. Excellent colorway. This sneaker actually is like a retro. It was released before in the past. This sneaker, yeah, man, one of my favorite Air Jordan 5 releases, so I'm definitely glad that I can actually get like, this pair in my collection. But not going to talk to you guys too long on this one. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Air Jordan 5 Retro. And again, this is the I Love colorway. So let's take a look at the right sneaker. Now, when you look at it, like, of course, like it does look like just like any other Air Jordan 5 as far as like, the build goes. Pretty much like throughout the entire upper portion of the sneaker. It's not, this isn't suede. This is actually like, a nubuck material. But one thing that I noticed, like, it's kind of like ribbed out. It does have like, these kind of like ribbed strokes going through like, the nubuck material, and that is pretty much going throughout the entire upper of the sneaker. So you do have like, this kind of army green, going throughout the entire upper. Of course, just like any other Air Jordan 5, on the lateral side, smack dead center, you do have like, that plastic, netting material up underneath. I do believe that's like, some nylon mesh material in the same color green. It does have like, the oblong shaping around like, the ankle collar of the sneaker. You do have like, this hit of that solar orange. And then other than that, nothing really too much going on, just more of like, that green. You do have these plastic eye stays here for like, like the lace loops of the sneaker. The midsole of the sneaker is actually in that like, army green as well. And then of course you do have that air bubble, and that is like, consistent with most Air Jordan 5s. And if you do look closer, you can kind of see that hit of orange, and you can like see through the other side of the sneaker, which is standard with most Air Jordan 4s, Air Jordan 5 sneakers, excuse me. Other than that, you do have like, this army green midsole midsole, and you do have this these orange shark teeth, and that's standard with most Air Jordan 5 sneakers. And you do have like, you know, the hits of like, you know, that speckle green showing up from underneath. You do have this icy blue midsole showing from the bottom portion of the sneaker, and that's pretty much it to notate on the lateral side. Switching things over, going toward the front toe box area of the sneaker, you are met with more of that army green nubuck material, and again, it is ribbed out. You do have more of that green nubuck. Again, it's ribbed out for the mud guard situation here, green stitching, and that's pretty much it. Like, you know, that's consistent throughout the entire sneaker. The sneaker itself, going up toward like the tongue, the sneaker did come pre-laced. Now there aren't any like, you know, secondary lace options. You just get like these flat green laces here up underneath the laces. You are met with more of that like, you know, kind of plastic material that's consistent with the netting on the side of the sneaker, and that does kind of go up like, you know, 3/4 of the way of the tongue. And then from there you are met with this 3M material for the tongue. Now I'm going to move this lace lock out the way because I want to show you guys the tongue. So again, it does like, you know, have that silver 3M material right there, and it is reflective, so depending on like, you know, how the light hits, the 3M does reflect. And you do have the orange Jordan Jumpman logo stitched in right there, smack dead middle of the tongue. And for the lace lock on this one, it is clear. You do see the Nike branding there on the right side, but you do have like, you know, the little orange, you know, clicker here for like the shoelaces, and that's pretty much it. Behind the tongue of the sneaker, it is in that solar orange as they call it, but on the back of the tongue you do have that white tag there, and it does say Air Jordan, and that's consistent with most Air Jordan 5 sneakers. The inside of the sneaker is all orange. Now I'm not going to pull out the insole, but you do see that it's all orange, and you do have the green Jordan Jumpman logo on the inside, and that's pretty much it for the front of the sneaker. And now let's take a look at the medial side. Now on the medial side of the sneaker, pretty consistent with the other side. You do have more of that ribbed out, you know, nubuck material here in this green color, and then you do see the translucent silver netting right here, smack dead in the middle, green midsole. Of course, you see your air bubble there as well, and then you do see like, you know, the little orange portion right there on the midsole as well, and that's pretty much it. Nothing really too different going on the medial side from the lateral side, and that's pretty consistent with most Air Jordan 5 sneakers. Going towards the rear of the sneakers, so this time instead of giving us like, you know, the Nike Air branding on the back of the sneaker, they actually just went ahead and gave us the orange, you know, Jordan Jumpman logo. And with this release, I'm actually okay with that. Typically, I do favor the Nike Air on the back, but I do feel like, you know, the orange Jordan Jumpman logo is fine for this, because considering like, you know, the orange that's on the tongue, and, you know, like I just feel like, you know, it just kind of flows. So they went with the right option on this one. I don't feel like the Nike Air branding was necessary for this one. But going towards the bottom, you do have like, you know, that green midsole, and then this whole back portion again is just, you know, more of that you know, green Durabuck material. The Nike Air branding wasn't really necessary on this one, and that's pretty much it for the rear. Going toward the bottom portion of the sneaker, so you do have herringbone traction for this icy blue area, both here on the upper portion and going towards the back heel. Now one thing that I did want to note, they actually did give us the Jordan Jumpman branding showing from like, you know, up underneath, because again, like, you know, that icy blue, it is translucent, so you do see the Jordan Jumpman logo there. Other than that, like in the mid portion here, you do see more of that green color here with the Jordan text here, and that's pretty much it. Nothing too different from, you know, any other Air Jordan 5. But yeah, man, I was actually, you know, excited about this pair. The left sneaker pretty consistent with the right, nothing really too, you know, different going on this sneaker. But But yeah, man, excellent release. If I was actually to rate this, and I would actually give this one a solid, let's give this one a 9 out of 10. Again, I don't really feel like there's anything wrong with the sneaker they couldn't have done differently or anything. I just feel like, you know, the orange and green is not really like, you know, a common colorway. Nothing really to complain about. I don't feel like they could have added anything to the sneaker at all. 9 out of 10. As far as sizing and comfort, the sneaker does fit just like any other Air Jordan 5. Now for me, that's true to size. I don't foresee a reason for you to want to go up like, you know, a half size or down or anything on this one. Stick true to size on this one as far as like how it fits. Like it's just like any other Air Jordan 5. So comfort and everything is the same. You're not going to get anything too different from this one here. But in a nutshell, that's pretty much it. Excellent sneaker. Definitely glad to get this into my collection. So I definitely want to shout out the vendor who actually gifted this sneaker so I can review on the channel for you guys. But I definitely still encourage you guys to stay engaged like always. I can be reached on all social media platforms. I can be reached on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a 360 of the sneaker, and then I'm going to give you a B-roll like always. But there you go. Air Jordan 5 Retro Island. So there's the front of the sneaker. There's the lateral side of the right. Lateral side of the left. There's the bottom portion of the sneaker. There's the medial side. And then there's the rear. But I do, like always, I thank you guys for taking the time to tune in like always. But until next time, see you later.